Hey guys, welcome back to Bill's Barbecue. I am Bill and I'm gonna cook the queen of all meats. And this is called picanha. This is a Brazilian cut where they're very proud of the way that they make it. This is how it looks. So if you guys hear, what is important about the meat is that you guys have to see some type of fat in between the layers of meat. It has a very thick fat, and on the other side is just the pure meat with some fat. So I already trimmed it a little bit. I already took some of the skin layer that is right here. So this is how it should look like before you're gonna cook it. So again, you guys have the fat. Please don't cut this part. This is very important. This is what is gonna provide a lot of flavor to the meat. All right guys, so we're gonna cut this little piece of skin here. Take this out just a little bit. It's fully clean. And so once it's here, we're gonna cook it very simple. A lot of people are afraid of cooking a whole meat like this, but it's very, very simple, and we're gonna do it even simpler. So this is like the basics of how to cook picanha. This is the way that I learned a long time ago. So what we're gonna season it is just one ingredient, salt. Salt, and that's it. So there's no way to screw it up. And if you guys can see the grains, quite large. So this is called coarse salt, and we're gonna just cover it, and we're gonna put plenty, so don't be afraid of it. Just put as much as you can here. We're gonna put all over the place. Once we have the salt, we're gonna take some little cuts on the fat. Don't cut it that it will touch the meat, just only the fat. And what this is gonna do is gonna help to cook the meat on the inside. And again, we're gonna put a little more. We're gonna flip it around, and we're gonna put more salt. And again, you might be thinking, oh my God, it's gonna be salty. No, it won't. It's gonna be just beautiful. So this is how it's gonna look like. If you see, I'm not touching the meat. It's only the fat that I'm cutting, and I'm making this groove. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it first against the meat, and we're gonna let it there for like 2 minutes or so we can create a little skin on it, and then we're gonna flip it. So what this is gonna do is gonna help all the juice to stay on the inside and don't drip out. We're gonna feel the grill. This is the high side, this is the medium or low side, and this is where we're gonna put it. And this is the noise that you're looking for. That this is what you're looking for. Why I'm calling the picanha to be the queen of all meats, it's just a cut that is so tender and so juicy. It's just amazing. It's very easy to cook, but with some, carefulness, I would say. Because if you overcook it, it's gonna be a little tough. So this type of meat is usually best cooked at medium to medium rare. So you can have all the juices on the inside, and it will be very nice and tender. Okay guys, so now we have 2 minutes here roughly. We're gonna flip them around, and we're gonna try to put it on the lower end of the grill. So you don't want to have it on high heat, you want to have it on a more lower to medium heat. And this is kind of what you're looking. This is the first stage, a little bit of chalkiness. You have some nice layer of meat fully cooked on the outside, and you just want to leave it there. And the meat is gonna talk to you. You're gonna see how it's changing in color. You're gonna just leave it there, looking at it. Don't touch it, don't move it. Just let it be. Let the grill do its thing. All right guys, so if you can see, the fat is gonna start releasing, it's gonna start creating some fire. You don't want fire. So this is a little trick. This is gonna help to flavor the meat. but at the same time it's gonna control that fire. And this is a small grill, so this is something that you guys can do to help yourself control the fire, make sure that it's being cooked, not being burned, which is completely different. And you're gonna do this type of step as much as you need to control that heat on the underside of the meat. You can always put your hand and see how the heat is going, as I showed you before. Okay guys, so after roughly 10-15 minutes, but the meat is gonna talk to you. It's gonna tell you when it's done. So this is what you're looking for. This sharpness right here. So what you're gonna do once it's like that, and this is where it comes the easy part of it. So you don't have to cook it full as a whole piece. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna remove it from the grill. Again, you're gonna take a little bit of my favorite drink. You're gonna put some beer on it. And you're gonna let it sit for roughly 10 minutes. So what this is gonna do is gonna make all the juices that has been released go back to the meats and to the fiber. And once 10 minutes is done, then we can continue to cut it and fully cook for each of your friends and guests to your house. All right guys, so Hassan has been resting for about 10-15 minutes. You guys can see this is raw. You know, the meat is raw on the inside. But what is important is that you keep the juices in. So as you can see, the grain of the meat is going this way. You cannot cut it like this. If you do so, it will feel much tougher. So what you have to do, you have to go against the grain. And this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make a couple of cuts. So you see, it's raw. And we're gonna do maybe a finger, 2 fingers. This is up to you. Let's go a fingertip. And this is, look at how easy I'm cutting this. I'm barely putting any type of pressure into the meat. As you can see, this is delicious. This is amazing. And look at the fat in between the meat. This is what we're looking for. Right here. So you can see it's completely raw, but it's fine. That's okay. We don't need to worry about this. Remember, this is picanha, the basics, right? So for anybody that is new, or anyone that is new, they can make this and impress their friends. So this is another nice steak. Beautiful steak right here. Beautiful. So now that we have this nice steak, the little trick that I do, we take a little bit of olive oil and we're gonna cover it a little bit and we're gonna put it in the fire. The olive oil, cover it lightly like that. We're gonna put it in the fire. And then you can ask your guests, you know, how they like the temperature of their meat. Now this is just a regular steak that everyone is used to see, and they can cook it just normal. Beautiful. And again, guys, you're just gonna put a little bit of beer. This is gonna help control the fire, but at the same time, it's gonna really pop that meat, that flavor. And usually it's 2 minutes one side, flip it, another 2 minutes, and that's done. That's usually for medium rare to medium. If you want to, again, if you want to cook a little more, I don't recommend it for this type of meat, but it can be done. Just leave it 3.5 minutes on each side. And then if you really want to cook it well done, 4 to 5 minutes on each side. But this meat should be cooked medium to medium rare, preferably. And again, you're gonna see how the top part of the meat start releasing some of that blood. It's not real blood, it's just their juices. And that's giving you the hint that it's ready to flip. And look at this. Look at this, beautiful. Look at how beautiful it looks. Look at this. You see this little blood stain? Again, it's not blood, it's all the juices of the meat. That's what it's telling you. It's telling you, flip me, please, flip me. And look at that. That is just beautiful, amazing, and it's gonna taste just delicious. And all your friends is gonna be impressed about how are you making this meat taste so great without an experience. Look at this. Perfect. So we're just gonna leave it just a minute or so. And I like the meat medium rare to medium. So I'll say this is the best. This is the best piece right here. Let's cut this. Oh my God, this is delicious. Look at this, it's a little medium rare. The juices. This is how I recommend the meat to be on the medium rare. Just a little pink on the inside. Perfect medium rare. But you can leave it a little more. But to me, this is great. Oh my God. You can always have a nice cold one. Enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. All right, guys, and this is how you should present your picanha with a little bit of chorizo and blood sausage. And remember the sauce, the criolla sauce that we made a couple of weeks ago? Well, this is how it looks. This to me is heaven. Nothing better than this. You only need a nice beer or a nice glass of wine, and you should be good to go. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.